Hello, Star Wars Paladin here. I was talking about this on some of my other video, or my last video, and I just wanted to talk about this. I like to do Star Wars news. I want my channel to be about Star Wars news, all of it. And this one really stuck out because I love when they do things like this. Basically, this is a developer blog posted back on the 20th. I skimmed over it because it looked too much ironically like my emails that I get at work. And and then I read it and I read it again and I read it again and I read it again. And I realized that's what it's supposed to be. It's like supposed to be an email. It's like there's the subject line. 4 more pics for you. And I'm like, what the hell? It's like, what? And then I'm like, they're just bios. I'm like, but they put this weird thing on here and they made it like an email. And I'll let you read through it. You can go on your own. It's just swtor.com, and then it's the top one right now. You just look down in the news. But basically, it has Kendra Novar and part of her story. One of the things I liked about this, though, is the pictures were really good. I mean, you can tell that they went through and just did a really good job on these pictures. And that's what just stuck out is like artwork. I mean, they're keeping artwork first and foremost, which I believe is great for Star Wars, but it's also great for just MMOs in general that they need to be showcasing as much artwork. See, Kendra Novar looks great. The gear looks great. It doesn't have their whole entire backstory here. The rest of their backstories in the game, but there's Kendra's, and then here's my favorite, which is B3G9. Lancer wants this frickin' droid on his ship so damn bad. Having a pilot droid is perfect. That's been in his roleplay story since day one. Instead, he's got that stupid C2N2. The problem with C2N2 is C2N2 keeps his ship clean, but in roleplay terms, his ship should not be clean. He's a freaking smuggler on a freighter. He shouldn't have a damn steward droid. He should have a pilot droid, an HK droid, a war droid, a loader droid. That's a different story. But anyway, there's B3G9. He's got an interesting story, and that goes back to just droid stories in general. Star Wars has always had amazing droid stories. And yes, every single one of them has to do with them not getting wiped. But there's such a huge ethic and moral discussion there, which they address all the time. It's just amazing. So there's B3G9s. Here is Oro Wagawa's Starship Engineer. This race never really got a lot of publicity, I guess you could say, until the 2003 Clone Wars cartoons, which then they retconned and turned into the animated series. And now there's a couple of them, and they're very, very, very cool. So that's Oro Wagawa, and then last but not least, and not even remotely least, is Ashi. He's a Ratataki. Now the thing about Ratataki is, like I talked about before on Lancer's bio, Lancer used to actually have a Ratataki on his ship, named Poison or Venom or something. I can't remember. I actually wrote a thing up about it in bio where gave everybody one, regardless of the choice that you made, and then they took everybody's away, and then they're just like la 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 la, and never brought it back up. And I have a feeling that's because they must have formatted everybody's decision, is my guess, and then they were never able to give them back to the people who chose to keep them, which I did for a very roleplay reason. And anyway, So I can't help but think that this is somehow BioWare's way of apologizing or trying to make up for it somehow. The problem is you can't actually have these people on your ship. You have to just pretend. And they talked about, and I forgot where it was, where they actually said there are 4 new ship companions available. Yeah, but it's kind of, you gotta pretend, unless there's something I'm completely missing, which is possible because I'm really out of the loop on some of this stuff. In fact, I have been ever since just after November, even though I play the freaking game every day. I'm still out of the loop on a lot of stuff. I just see that my friends are out doing stuff and that I'm not invited and that it's got names I don't recognize, but I'm hoping to fix that. Hoping to fix that by having this channel. Anyway, I just wanted to go through this really quick. Go see it for yourself. And if you have time, their full stories are in the game. In the Starfighter, Galactic Starfighter screen, I guess if you don't have it yet. Let me know. Let me know down in the comments if you want me to go through all those too. And I will. I never really thought about it until now. Anyway, that said, I'm trying to cover Star Wars news, so this stuff's interesting to me, and I hope it's interesting to you. I think all of these characters are very, very, very cool. Even Kendra would be a good fit on Lancer's crew because he's a slicer, she's a slicer. I don't know. But his path took a different turn, obviously, because the whole Risha thing bugged me. And there's all kinds of huge spoilers with Risha's storyline. And then I ended up really liking Akavi, and then Lancer ended up becoming a Mandalorian, so Kendra really wouldn't work. But B3 G9 is perfect. Fits in with Lancer's roleplay story perfectly, and I think that's what's important. I think BioWare needs to be doing as absolutely much of this as possible to make sure everybody can fill their RP story as accurately as possible. Which also means they need to redo the legacy system so people can just make up whatever legacy they want. That's a different story. Anyway, I'm going to shut this off. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.